Hello everybody, before jumping into the Wipro layoffs, a quick question. When typically layoffs are announced, what could be going behind the scenes? Number one, the employee performance is not up to the mark. Number two, the company performance is not up to the mark. And number three, there are some industry specific changes that are happening which nobody can control. And in the case of Wipro, what do you think is the reason? Is it number one, two, or three? Let me know in the comment section before you even watch the entire video. So let's jump into the Wipro layoffs news and dissect it from multiple angles and see if you should be concerned about it versus not. Wipro has mentioned that they are laying off hundreds of employees, and there are a few points to note. The first point is Wipro has been struggling with respect to their quarterly performances over the last few quarters. If you look at this particular video that I made in the last few weeks where I analyzed the quarterly trends of different companies, you will notice that Wipro's net profit margin has been low compared to rest of the IT sector companies. While TCS is at 18%, 19% net profit margin, Wipro is at 12%. And this is a staggering difference between these two companies who do exactly similar kind of work. And why is it? And what is net profit margin to start with? Let's assume Wipro is earning 100 rupees. And what are the costs for Wipro? What will Wipro do this 100 rupees? Wipro has to pay its employees probably 60, 70 rupees. Then it has to pay office rents. Then there are travel expenses. Then there are a bunch of other capital expenses as well. Some research projects. On top of all of this, whatever is left is called as the net profit and the net profit margin. Whatever is the overall revenues, the net profit margins should be high. And in the Wipro's case, it is lower compared to all the other peers. The reason is Wipro has made an acquisition called Capco Consulting in 2021. Capco is a technology management consulting company. And what do they do? When a client says, hey, I need to know how to develop my entire technology for the next few years, Capco technology consultants go there and give them a technology strategy on what the client should do. And Wipro or other IT services companies' employees will go ahead and implement those things or be the support systems for the employees within that particular client. Now, if you look at the expenses for technology consultants, the pay rates are approximately $200, $300, $400 every single hour. On the other hand, for Wipro TCS employees, the pay rates could be around $50 to $100 per hour. So Wipro has made an acquisition for $1.5 billion in 2021, that is Capco, and also onboarded their employees who are paid a lot of money. In 2021, everything was good, but unfortunately, the market went down immediately after. So there is not a lot of work, but Wipro has to pay these employees. You might ask me, hey, Wipro has bought it, why can't they sell it immediately? It's like buying a car. Once you buy the car, can you sell it off immediately for the same price? No, you can't. There is something called as depreciation. Similarly, Wipro can't just say, hey, I don't want Capco anymore. Give me my $1.5 billion back. And this is the reason why Wipro's profit margins are lower compared to the rest of the industry. And when the overall market itself is bad, Wipro needs to do something to make sure that their profit margins are at least comparable to rest of the IT companies. And that is where cost cutting comes into picture. Wipro is very clear that they are laying off employees primarily in the technology consulting division and also at on-site locations. And why is this on-site offshore mix once again important? Because typically IT sector companies want to have 80% of their employees offshore and 20% on-site. And that is how the work effort is also divided, because the pay for the employees on on-site locations is much higher. So a lot of these reasons are actually Wipro specific. And I hope and believe that these layoffs should not continue into the rest of the IT services sector. However, there is a small catch as well. Wipro has announced that they are laying off employees who are in that middle management segment, not the freshers, neither the employees at the highest level within the organization. They want to cut a few layers in that entire hierarchy. And if you remember, Google also announced the exact same reason when they were laying off employees a few months back. They said we are laying off employees in those middle management layers so that the decision making is much faster. Now, if you are a fresher or if you are in a very senior position, nothing to be worried about. But if you are in that middle management level, you need to think about how you can protect your not just job, but your overall career. And what would you do? In this video, I actually told 7 skills which AI can't replace, and these 7 skills will help you negotiate for a better pay, make sure that you are relevant for your organization, and also grow fast in your career. Please do watch that video, and I hope that gives you a good purpose and sense around how you can stay relevant in the overall market. Do let me know if you have any more questions, but I personally believe and also hope that this is very specific to Wipro and none of the other companies should be too worried about it. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you again in the next one. Bye bye.